After morning. Welcome back to Alright, What's Next? At the start of this video, you might have seen that strikingly handsome freaking young man there freaking inspecting some flares for a flight cruise. That was me many years ago when I was in the Air Force. I was a munition system specialist, which is more commonly referred to and affectionately referred to as an ammo troop. Not what I wanted to go into the military for. I wanted to be a jet engine mechanic. But I did a cardinal sin. I listened to my recruiter. Not saying that they're going to lie to you, but they're all going to lie to you. They have a quota to keep. They need to get freaking people in. And I wanted into the service. I wanted to go really freaking bad. There was no availability for jet engine mechanic at the time that I wanted to go in. I was hoping that I was going to be able to work on like the C-5 Galaxy aircraft like that. I didn't want the fighters. I was looking at kind of a future projection down the line. Let the Air Force teach me how to work on the large aircraft engines, and then I could go in and get a union job working for an airline, whatever. Fuck, it didn't work out. I went in under general maintenance because my recruiter said it's the Air Force. If you put in that you want to be a jet engine mechanic, it's the Air Force. Of course you'll become a jet engine mechanic. Well, it didn't work out for me. I got put into munitions because there was a shortage of freaking ammo troops at the time. So I got sent up to Shepherd Air Force Base down in Texas for my training, and I was disappointed to start with. And I got into the schooling, and we started going through the schooling, and the instructors are like, okay, we're going to teach you not only how to be a freaking ammo troop, but an ammo troop is a culture. We're the hardest freaking working guys, people, individuals, men and women in the Air Force. We are going to outwork everybody, but not only are we going to outwork them, but we're going to outparty them. We are going to drink and carry on and be just the most insane group of individuals that you can possibly be, because every day you're working with explosives, so you got to go out and you got to relieve some stress. That's what the instructors were doing then. I don't know what it's like nowadays. Freaking, I'm sure it's, this is 25 years ago, when I got out, so I'm sure the world is a little bit freaking different in the training mantra that they have, but that's what they had when we were there. As a class, go out and party your asses off after we're done with learning how to freaking install a fuse in a Mark 82. But anyways, disappointment aside, didn't get the career that I wanted, went on and got actually the side of munitions that I didn't want, which ended up being, at the time they called it, I think they called it AFK, which of course was a different freaking world, because now that means away from keyboard. I'm not entirely sure what it meant from back then, but it's the paperwork side. So we spent 6 weeks learning the actual ammo troop side, where you're out there and you're driving jammers and you're driving forklifts and you're building bombs and you're learning all the nomenclatures and everything associated with freaking munitions, how to assemble a freaking a freaking sidewinder and blah blah blah, all the cool shit. And then the next, I think, 4 weeks of the school was sitting there learning how to fill out an MSI fucking form and keeping track of the munitions, which sucked. I am not a desk jockey. I don't like being at a desk. I can't stand being at a desk. I like being mobile and up and moving around and working on things with my hands. And okay, so I graduated tech school, and then I went on to my first freaking duty station. I said duty, which I of course got put into the AFK side. Now, when I first got there, my supervisor was on an extended leave. Sorry, I need some medicine. My throat's getting sore from talking like that. All right. Because she was on an extended leave, I didn't have anybody on the side of the house that I'm supposed to be working in. So I hooked up with the maintenance side of the house, those guys over there, and I started working with them, and I worked with them for like 3 weeks, and I got to be really good friends with them individuals, including the assistant flight chief, which is nice. If you get to be friends with people that are way above your supervisor, you start getting some pull. And I was not in the paperwork side of the house for very freaking long, because every time there had to be a munitions move or a munitions shipment came in, it's like they came and grabbed me. And it's like, hey, come on, we got to freaking unload this truck. So, I'm out of the freaking office, and my supervisor's like, wait, I need is like, and the flight chief is like, shut up, we need him out here. So probably within 3 months of actually getting my assignment, I was moved from paperwork into the maintenance side of the house, which I was more comfortable being in anyway. I just like working on things. So now I'm in the maintenance side of the house, and life goes on. I have story after story after story. There's so many cool things that freaking I have done in my life in the service. Went overseas. I went to Saudi Arabia. I got to serve over there. It was just shortly after Gulf War I, Desert Storm. I wasn't there during the war. I got there right after the war. Lived in Tent City. It was quite an interesting experience. It was a lot of fun. I have hundreds and hundreds of freaking stories that I could tell, but this video isn't all about freaking talking about my time in the Air Force, what I did. I'd love to freaking talk about it. Anybody wants to talk about it, freaking get a hold of me. We can freaking bullshit, drink beer all day. But what I'm going to do in this video is I am going to carve a munitions insignia. The ammo bomb is what they called it, or we call it the piss pot. I don't know why they call it the piss pot, but it's the munition systems insignia. It's the old school round bomb, and it's got a flame coming out of the top of it. I'm gonna carve it. I'm gonna turn it on the lathe. I'm gonna make the actual bomb portion on the lathe. Turn a cylinder on the top for the flame, and then we're gonna hand carve the flame. We're gonna carve ammo into it, nice big freaking letters, and we're gonna put up on the wall as a tribute to the career field, to all the men and women that friggin' have served as ammo. Ammo is first in, last out in the Air Force, because you can't have a functioning fighting force for the Air Force without munitions. So you're going in first thing. The area might not even be set up as secure, safe yet. You still have the Army and Marines in there fighting people off, and you have to set up an MSA, munition storage area, bombed up. And we got to go in. We got to get this set up so when the pilots come in and land their aircraft, we have munitions set up and we're ready to freaking load those aircraft to go out and fly sorties. So, ammo. First in, once the freaking combat situation is over, the war is over, whatever it is, everybody else goes home. We're there trying to pack up all the shit to send it back or blow it up. But anyways, I went dumpster diving and I found these great big freaking chunks of pine, I do believe it is. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to run through my planer, plane it down. I'm going to run through the table saw, cut it to width. I'm going to glue two sections together. I'm going to get a freaking like about a 4.5 by 4.5 inch block. And I'm going to turn it in the lathe, and I'm going to put a ball on one end and put a cone on the other, and I'll carve the flame on the top of it, and we are going to make an ammo piss pot. Ammo bomb. That's where we're at right now. Alright, so I'm going to go and run this through my freaking clean it up, get it all glued together. Alright, ammo. I got my block freaking all glued up, milled down, whatever. This, we're going to turn this into our munitions freaking insignia, logo, whatever you want to call it. It's not going to be very big. It's going to be a 4-inch freaking bomb, probably a 1/2-inch collar, and then the flame will probably be 4.5 inches tall. Alright, so I got this thing out of the lathe. I got the basic shape of a freaking ammo bomb on here. So now we have to refine the shape of the flame that goes on the top. Because we got to do, it's too uniform. This side has to dip in more than this side does. And this side we've got to bring it up, and we're going to bring it up and across and get that little bit of a swirl to where it curves back in just a little bit and then extends back out and comes back down. We got to, I don't know if you can see that, we got to kind of try and create that shape in a 360 freaking all the way around this thing to get it some proper dimension. And the way we're going to do that is I got a 36 grit flapper disc on my angle grinder here. So I'm going to go cut this off. We're going to lock it down over here and we'll grind the shit out of this thing. That's a nice looking freaking wood flame. So we got to sand this, refine this shape just a little bit more with some freaking good grit, hard hand sanding. But we've got to embed an ammo freaking logo into this front plate right here. We got to write ammo on there, man. So I'm gonna freaking carve that out. That way we can recess that in, paint that white. Alright, so the piss pot, it's over there freaking drying. I got some paint on it. This is going to be the shelf. A little tiny freaking piece out of it. Rounded the edges off. Put a couple of freaking dowel pins in there. I did a little pocket hole screw in here to pull it into the wall. It'll go in just like that, and that's where a freaking ammo bomb's gonna sit. But I'm gonna do a quick little freaking paint on the front of it. We're using just shitty freaking craft paint. Alright, so I went ahead and taped it all off. I freaking painted it. Of course, got the bomb, got to be black. We got to paint the flame, and we got to paint the ammo logo, or we got to paint the freaking letters. We'll start with the letters. I already got white out, so we're going to go ahead and paint the letters quick. Alright guys, I got it painted. I got the shelf up. What we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of freaking double-sided tape. We're going to tape this guy down. Alright, there it is. There we go. My ammo freaking piss pot is done. I fucking love it. You like my wet blending that I did? I wish I would have had a freaking wet palette to do that with, but a little bit of acrylic and a sheet of acrylic and some water. It will get a good freaking blend. Looks like a flame. That now gets to be over top of my shoulder anytime I'm doing freaking videos out here. Because always remember, IYAAYAS. If you ain't ammo, you ain't shit. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys next time.